it's me again. Yep, still wearing the same jacket and the same lipstick. If you saw my last video, yeah, I filmed these back to back. So, as I've said before, my bedroom is on the 3rd floor and my filming space is in the basement. So, you know, we don't do costume changes around here unless I'm in the mood and I really feel like running upstairs, but it's 9 o'clock now, and I'm starving. So you have seen the title of the video, so let's get to it. All right, so this video is on my favorite drugstore foundations of this year. If you want to see me do a video, I think it's about a year old now. I did do my top favorites. Those were drugstore and high-end, I believe. I think it was a mixture of both. If you want to see that, I will link that in a card up here or at the end of the video. There will be a link. If you're looking in the description box, you know, you got a 50-50 shot if I remember to put it down there. I never seem to remember to put it in the description box, but hit the eye or wait until everything is done in that nice, beautiful music that I go hunting on the internet to find for you for these videos. Wait till that's over and then there will be a link. Hit the eye, it'll be there. So these are my current favorite drugstore foundations of the moment. So let's start out with probably everybody's favorite drugstore foundation, and that is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and I'm in the shade Golden Beige. I love this sucker. It is incredible for I think she's like less than $6. I love her. She's photo friendly. She has looked great any time of year that I've worn her. But of course, during this time of year, I do have to prep my skin. I just exfoliated my face this morning because I had so many dry patches from me slacking on my steps. If I would put all of my oils and my serums and my moisturizers and my eye creams on every single night religiously, I wouldn't be complaining to you about my dry patches. But, yeah, so that sucks for me because it really does bug me because I'm really anal about my foundation. I think it's the primer before the paint. It is definitely, if your foundation does not look good, everything else that you put on your face is not going to look good. And if my foundation, if I'm having a bad foundation day, I will have a bad day in general. But I've always had good luck with this one right here. All right, and let's get on to the foundation I am wearing. And I haven't worn her in a while. Wow, it's been a hot minute since I've worn her. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. So, like I said before, I can get away with wearing long-wearing foundations, matte foundations, satin foundations, demi-matte foundations. You know, you name it, I can wear them because of the way I prep my skin before I apply it. So, of course, it's October. It snowed like 3 or 4 times already. The heater's been kicking on. I've been slacking on my nighttime routine. So I've had major dry patches all over my face. So I do not have a primer on today. And I probably won't wear a primer all winter long because of those dry patches. So what I use is a facial oil and moisturizer, and as long as I put the facial oil on my face, and then on any matte or long wearing or satin or, you know, demi matte foundation, I put a drop on the back of my hand, mix the foundation and the oil together, apply it to my face, boom. Yeah, I'm good to go. This is what I'm wearing today. I do not have any Fix Plus on, so all the dewiness you're seeing, because I can see it in the monitor, is coming from the oils and the moisturizers. So I did powder on my forehead and on my chin and around my laugh line so it doesn't sink in, but you know, and she'll sink into my 11s regardless. But she's really, really good. She's an excellent shade for me. I'm in the shade 128. This is probably, out of all of my foundations, and I got a ton of foundations, she is probably the best match I have for my skin tone. She is the right shade of yellow. She is the right shade of gold. You know, she's a good shade for me. I love her. 128. I had a hard time finding her. I used to only be able to find 128 at Walgreens, but now I have seen that Walmart does carry shade 128, and I was just at Target today and I didn't check to see if they carry 128, but I know Walmart carries 128. So if you have light to medium skin tones, this is for you. All right, so this is a new foundation to me. I think I hauled her maybe, what, 4, 5, 6 months ago, before I went on my hiatus, and then you guys never heard how I felt about her. So this is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. Now she's about a shade, half a shade to a shade too light for me, but you know, it's got one of those doe foot applicators that you wipe on your face. I wish she had a pump because I'm just not a big fan of these doe foot applicator foundations, but regardless, she is about a half a shade too light for me, but I can get away with wearing her because I bronze my skin. I do use a bronzer. So if I didn't use a bronzer, I would look like a ghost. But again, it's all in the way that I prep my skin. And I have to make sure if I'm going to wear her, I have to exfoliate that day. I cannot exfoliate the night before and then try and put her on the next day because she will attach to my dry patches. So, but she looks great on camera. I have several older videos before I went on my hiatus. I think I probably had 6 videos I wore her in. And she looks really good on camera. Matte foundations really do look good on camera. But when I'm not in front of the camera, I wear more of a dewy foundation, or I spray my Fix Plus because I think it looks better in real life. On camera, not so much. It makes you look kind of greasy. But loving the Conceal and Define when I'm on camera. I can get away with her wearing my facial oil. She doesn't get funny. She doesn't start to break apart. She doesn't start bunching up. She doesn't do anything weird. But I will be honest with you and say that I don't reach for her all that much. Now, I keep my foundations on my makeup table to make sure that I wear them so they don't go bad. Because if I keep them in my drawer, I will forget that I have them, and yeah, and I've got some pricey ones that are probably bad because they've been in that drawer. But Conceal and Define is a great price. It's on Ulta.com. Any Ulta store does carry the Conceal and Define. I would like to try the Hydrate and the hydrating one. I tried to find a color that was similar to C6. They did have a C6, but she looked really orange. So they do not, C6 in the original is not the same as the C6 in the hydrating. So just be aware of that when you're trying to swap over to the hydrating one. I'm definitely going to have to go in there and have an expert color match me and then make sure she doesn't oxidize because I hate foundations that oxidize. That really torques me off. But all right, just 2 more left. This is an oldie but a goodie. She has been around for a long time. And she's very grubby and well loved. And I probably have about 1/3 of her left. Even though it looks like a full bottle, I don't have that much left. I'm trying to actually use her up and get rid of her so I can get a new one. This is the True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup, and I'm in the shade W3 Warm. This is a really good shade for me as well. I have a video. It was it is now considered my first makeup video on my channel. She was way down on the 4th or 5th page, but I got the music from the YouTube library, and then YouTube got rid of the music and then gave me a strike because they took the music off their library, and then they gave me a strike, and I tried to appeal it, and they told me to basically just shove it. So what I did was I took that video down, I put some brand new music and threw it back up there just about less than a year ago. So you can see me use the True Match Lumi. I was a lot darker then. I was in W6. That's when we had a boat and I had a tan, and she looks amazing. I have really short hair in that video. Wow. You know, that's when I was starting to grow. I used to have a pixie, and I was a lot skinnier then too. So, but I think my makeup skills have improved since that video, because I just recently watched that video. I don't talk in that video. I put subtitles because I was afraid to talk to the camera back then. But I didn't really like how the eyeshadow came out. Back then I thought it looked fantastic, but I'm thinking about recreating that video because, you know, they got rid of the original Urban Decay Naked palette. That's what I was using in that video. And yeah, I still do have my one and only original Naked palette, and I was thinking about trying to recreate it with the knowledge that I have now. So, yeah, but off topic again, as usual, True Match Lumi W3 is amazing. Love it. All right, last foundation. Hopefully old Betty isn't going to shut off on me. This is Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation Brightening Complex for all skin types, and I'm in the shade MW2. Now, she has some yellow in her, which I like, but she's like 75% neutral and 25% yellow. So I do have to wear a really yellow-based concealer and wear a yellow-based setting powder in order to get away with her, or else she looks a little gray on me. But once I can make her work with doing a few more steps, which I don't mind, because I like the way she looks on my skin. And the next one down is a little bit too orangey for me, and the next one up, of course, is way too light for me, and she's pink. So this was my best shot. I guess I could get the darker one and mix the two and have a little more gold in there, and I could probably make it work. But I like the way she looks. She's another doe foot applicator, so if you don't like doe foot applicators, you won't like this one. So she looks really good on camera as well. I've worn her a few times on camera, and she looks amazing on camera. But I do have to make sure and bronze up my skin really well, because or else she makes me look gray. She's not too light, but she makes me look gray. So I'd rather be bronzed and just have some lightness under the eye and on my chin and on my nose. And yeah, I love the finish of her. I just wish she was a little more yellow. All right, so that is it, everyone. That is my video for today. Those are my favorite drugstore foundations of the moment that I think everybody should try at least one or two of them. Yes, definitely try the one by Wet n Wild. I mean, that's probably next to the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. Those two are probably the best ones out of everything that I showed you. But there's a little bit of something for everyone. If you have oily skin, combo skin, dry skin, dehydrated skin, you know, there's something for everybody. And just because if you may have skin like I do, dry and dehydrated skin, remember to exfoliate. use a facial oil. That's my trick to wearing all these matte and long wearing foundations, is definitely wearing a facial oil. The one from The Ordinary is under $10. She's like $8 on Sephora's website. So, and you can, if you want a larger one, you can get one off Amazon. I've done that before and she's great too. Yeah, so wear a facial oil, wear a really good heavy moisturizer, especially this time of year. And you can get away with wearing matte, demi-matte, long wearing foundations. Yeah, that's what I do. It's worked for me and I think it'll work for you too. All right, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for being here. I love you guys and take care. And I will see you in the next one. Ciao. Bye-bye.